coming for to carry me home. Oh, I come from the south, from way down south, where the corn and potatoes used to grow. There's great big elegant picture show, and my old Kentucky home is a French chateau. Way down south in Dixie, sweet low, sweet.
Here you go. I think we got something there.
I'll say we have.
Carry me home. Oh, I come from the south, from the deep, deep south, where the fields of cotton just die with blight, and the pappy reads Esquire with delight, while my Alabama mammy.
Hey you. Welcome. This is Rob. Today I have a rather interesting story about Judy Garland. If you think you know her, trust me, there's so much more to discover, and I promise you, you won't want to miss a single word. So, grab your popcorn and settle in, because this story is going to be as thrilling as a roller coaster ride. Let's start at the very beginning, which, as Julie Andrews tells us, is a very good place to start. Judy Garland was born Frances Ethel Gumm on June 10, 1922, in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Now, I don't know about you, but the name Frances Gumm doesn't quite have the same star power as Judy Garland, does it? She was the youngest of 3 sisters, and they were born into a showbiz family. Her parents were vaudevillians, and they owned a movie theater where the sisters would perform. Can you imagine little Judy, barely able to tie her shoes, already belting out tunes and stealing the show? It's almost like she was destined for greatness from the get-go. From a young age, Judy was performing with her sisters, and they were known as the Gumm Sisters. But let's be real, that name just doesn't scream Hollywood glamour. It sounds more like a brand of chewing gum, doesn't it? They eventually changed their name to the Garland Sisters, and Judy adopted her new first name from a popular song of the time. Judy Garland had a much better ring to it, don't you think? Now, let's fast forward to the role that cemented her place in the annals of Hollywood history, Dorothy Gale in The Wizard of Oz, released in 1939. This film wasn't just a movie. It was a phenomenon. Judy was just 16 years old when she starred in it, and let me tell you, that role came with its own set of challenges. The filmmakers initially considered casting Shirley Temple, but Judy's incredible voice won her the role. Can you imagine anyone else singing Over the Rainbow? That song became Judy's signature, a beacon of hope and dreams, just like her life. But behind the scenes, things weren't always as magical as the Land of Oz. The studio put Judy on a strict regimen of diet pills and amphetamines to keep her weight down and her energy up. And here's a kicker, they gave her barbiturates to help her sleep at night. This vicious cycle of uppers and downers led to a lifelong struggle with addiction. It's heartbreaking to think that while she was bringing so much joy to audiences, she was battling such personal demons. Judy's career was a series of highs and lows, much like a roller coaster. She had monumental successes with films like Meet Me in St. Louis, where she sang The Trolley Song, and A Star is Born, which showcased her dramatic acting chops. But the pressures of Hollywood and her personal struggles often derailed her. She faced multiple divorces, financial troubles, and health issues. Yet, despite all this, her talent was undeniable and her legacy, unshakable. Now, let's talk about her final years. Judy passed away tragically at the age of 47 on June 22, 1969, in London. The official cause of death was an accidental overdose of barbiturates. It's a sad ending to a life that brought so much joy and inspiration to others. But, let's not dwell on the sadness. Instead, let's celebrate the incredible woman who left an indelible mark on the world. And now, as promised, Here are 5 lesser-known facts about Judy Garland that will make you see her in a whole new light. 1. She was the first woman to win the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. In 1961, Judy won for her live recording, Judy at Carnegie Hall. This album is often regarded as one of the greatest live recordings ever made. Her performance was so electrifying that it stayed on the Billboard charts for 95 weeks. 2. She had a unique way of remembering lines. Judy often struggled with memorizing scripts, so she developed a method where she would sing her lines in her head to remember them better. It's quite fitting for someone with such a musical soul. 1. Judy and Marilyn Monroe were roommates. Yes, you heard that right. For a brief time, Judy and Marilyn Monroe shared an apartment in Hollywood. Can you imagine the conversations that must have taken place in that living room? 2 of the biggest icons of the 20th century, just hanging out and probably talking about boys and their crazy lives. 3. She had a connection to the Kennedys. Judy was friends with President John F. Kennedy and his family. It's said that she sang "Over the Rainbow" for JFK at his birthday celebration in 1962. Talk about having friends in high places. 4. Judy's daughter is a star too. You might already know that Judy's daughter is Liza Minnelli, but did you know that Liza made her film debut at just 3 years old in the movie In the Good Old Summertime? Liza went on to become a superstar in her own right, inheriting her mother's incredible talent and charisma. 5. She was almost cast in Annie Get Your Gun. Judy was initially cast as Annie Oakley in the classic musical film Annie Get Your Gun, but due to her ongoing struggles, she was replaced by Betty Hutton. Still, the footage of her in costume tests is out there, and it's a tantalizing glimpse of what might have been. Judy Garland's story is one of incredible highs and heartbreaking lows. She was a powerhouse performer, a devoted mother, and a woman who faced unimaginable challenges with grace and resilience. Her voice, her spirit, and her legacy continue to inspire generations of fans and performers alike. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like, subscribe and share. Remember, I love you. Thank you.